standing by for physical separation of the Soyuz TMA-18 about to depart the International Space Station. And now a view from the black and white external camera on the Soyuz vehicle as we will watch physical separation.
Message is no longer eliminated, inaudible. Could you prepare the stopwatch? It's prepared. We have separation. Copying. Stopwatch. Have the stopwatch ready.
Undocking confirmed.
Thank you, floater. Thank you. Thank you to the entire crew. Okay, guys, good luck. Thank you for the joint work, floater. Okay, guys, God be with you.
Undocking occurring on time at 9:02 p.m. Central Time over the Russian-Mongolian border. Earlier this evening, the two crews had an opportunity to say goodbye to one another for one last time. They recorded a video of their final farewells to one another. Let's take a look at that clip right now. As they gathered in the Poisk module, the module that is mated to the space-facing or zenith side of the Zvezda service module. Tracy Caldwell Dyson saying goodbye to the new station commander Doug Wheelock and her colleague Shannon Walker. Wheelock saying goodbye to Mikhail Kornienko in this view. Before Kornienko, Skvortsov, and Caldwell Dyson made their way inside the Soyuz TMA-18 to close the hatches behind them, conducting leak checks to make sure that we had an airtight seal between the Soyuz and the International Space Station, and that then placed everything in readiness for the undocking that is coming up about 14 minutes from now. You see Alexander Skvortsov floating into the field of view as the Soyuz commander. He will be again in the center seat of the Soyuz's descent module, and he will be at the controls for the Soyuz's deorbit and its landing on the Steppe of Kazakhstan.
Utesi, please press, Misha, please press IPKP all the way to hard stop.
Again, this video was recorded about 3.5 hours ago as the departing crew, Expedition 24, made its way inside the Soyuz TMA-18 and closed the hatches behind them, leaving on board the station Doug Wheelock, Shannon Walker, and Russian cosmonaut Fyodor Yurchikhin, who at the moment of undocking will make the transition to become the Expedition 25 crew. They will be augmented about 16 days from now when Scott Kelly, Alexander Kaleri, and Oleg Skripochka arrive at the International Space Station. Their launch scheduled in the pre-dawn hours of October 8th from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan, docking on October 10th to re-up the International Space Station crew to a 6-person crew once again.
That we know, we understand that information.
Так, выбор ДПО М2 горит.
Select Depot N2. Illuminated.
Fyodor Yurchikhin closing the hatch between the Poisk module and the Soyuz TMA-18. No problems encountered tonight. And now we're receiving replays of the landing of the Soyuz TMA-18 as taken from one of the helicopters as part of the search and recovery forces. As the Soyuz descends to the ground, you should see the firing of the soft landing engines, very visible here from one of the forward search and recovery helicopters that hovered nearby the final descent path for the Soyuz to its touchdown point. And there was the firing of the soft landing engines. Soyuz Commander Alexander Skvortsov back on Earth, removed from the Soyuz spacecraft. He was seated in the center seat of the descent module, appearing to be in excellent shape. Skvortsov now being helped down that short platform. He will be placed in a reclining chair, as will his crewmates, Mikhail Kornienko and Tracy Caldwell Dyson. This is an opportunity to be acclimated to a gravity environment for the first time in 176 days. Skvortsov receiving a pat on the shoulder from veteran cosmonaut Gennady Padalka, and the traditional apple. A picture's worth 1,000 words. Skvortsov appears to be in very good shape. Flight engineer Tracy Caldwell Dyson back on Earth. Caldwell Dyson exhibiting a big smile as she's carried to her reclining chair at the landing site.
Yes, I'm very appreciative of the weather cooperating a bit better than it did last time I was out here for Jeff Williams' landing. The lack of snow is not something you'll hear me complain about. But, this morning it was probably in the upper 40s, lower 50s. The temperature probably, I would guess, probably mid-50s right now. The breeze has kicked up a little bit. There's a good kind of wind coming at us. But no problem. The clouds are beginning to build a little bit, which I don't know if you can see that on TV or not, but it was clear this morning.
And Mikhail Kornienko completing his first flight into space, clasping his hands in a congratulatory salute as he is being helped down the short work platform ramp to be carried over to his reclining chair. Josh, it looks like this has been a very efficient operation today.
It always is. You know, you've been out here several times too, and each and every time it's very impressive how the Russian team members do this. So once everybody gets back to the airport in Karaganda, there will be a traditional ceremony there where they are welcomed back, and some comments are made by the crew, and the media gets a chance to talk with the crew members about their landing. I'm sure there will be quite a number of questions about yesterday's delayed undocking to get the crew members' perspective on that. And then the two cosmonauts will fly back to Moscow later on tonight, and Tracy Caldwell Dyson will begin the process of heading back to Houston with some of the NASA team.
Once inside the medical tent, the crew will be helped out of their Sokol launch and entry suits for preliminary medical test. You can see on the far left of your screen, just behind Tracy Caldwell Dyson, that's the chief of the astronaut office, Peggy Whitson, a veteran space station commander. Alongside of her, Kirk Shireman, the deputy program manager for the International Space Station program. And the 3 crew members are now being carried toward that inflatable medical tent over to their respective helicopters.